All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are unlocking a pretty incredible biological secret: how to finally shed that stubborn visceral fat. If you've ever felt like your own body is just actively working against you, this explainer is absolutely going to change the way you look at health, stress, and weight loss. We're diving into some profound insights drawn directly from a traditional Japanese routine, and it honestly shifts the entire paradigm of how we treat our bodies. I want you to really think about this for a second because I know so many of us feel this exact frustration. You might be eating a completely clean diet, drinking your green tea, hitting that step count every single day. Heck, maybe the scale even drops a little bit. But then you look in the mirror and that stubborn pocket of fat around your midsection, it's just sitting right there. It literally feels like your body is deliberately holding on to it, and no matter how strictly you manage your lifestyle, it simply refuses to budge. Okay, let's dive into this. For years, the Western fitness myth has essentially told us that losing visceral fat is a war. We're told to just push through the fatigue, go run 5 miles, punish ourselves with 100 crunches on the gym floor. But the biological reality? It's completely different. If your body is trapped in a hidden underlying state of survival, that belly fat is never going to leave. In fact, the harder you punish your body, the tighter it holds on to that weight. Section 1: The Biology of Stress, the Hidden Survival Trap. Well, it really all comes down to one massive player: cortisol. Cortisol is your body's main stress hormone. When your cortisol levels stay elevated for long periods, your body literally receives a biochemical mandate. It gets this screaming signal to store fat deep inside your abdomen, wrapping it securely right around your organs. And why does it do this? Because it's an ancient survival mechanism. Your body's just trying to keep that energy readily accessible for an impending crisis. And this brilliantly illustrates the disconnect. Thousands of years ago, stress meant immediate physical danger. Or starvation. Holding on to belly fat literally kept you alive. But look at our modern stress, right? Work deadlines, financial pressure, endless glowing screens. We are basically living in a constant, unbroken state of elevated cortisol. Think about that for a second. Your nervous system is an incredibly powerful thing, but it has a massive blind spot. It literally cannot tell the difference between a hungry lion chasing you across the savannah and a highly stressful email popping up from your boss at 8 p.m. It just registers that cortisol is high, panics, and keeps hoarding that visceral fat to protect you. That's exactly why you can eat perfectly and exercise consistently and still see zero changes. As long as that cortisol is high, the fat is staying put. Section 2: The Japanese Pivot, Signaling Safety. Over in Japan, the approach to this whole issue is entirely different. And this right here is the core thesis I want you to take away from this explainer today. Stop fighting your body and start making it feel safe. You absolutely have to bring the cortisol down first, because it's only when your nervous system truly feels secure that your body will naturally start letting go of the fat it's been frantically hoarding for survival. Section 3: 4 Rituals to Drop Cortisol. So the crucial point is figuring out how to flip that switch. In Japan, the evening hot bath is a deeply ingrained cultural ritual for washing away the stress of the day. People soak in water right around 40 degrees Celsius for 10 to 20 minutes before bed, and the science backing this up is remarkable. Regular warm water immersion significantly reduces cortisol, fires up your parasympathetic nervous system, and signals to your brain that the day's threats are officially gone. I absolutely love this anecdote from our source material about Grandfather Dyke. He was known in his community as one of the calmest, leanest people around. He bathed every single evening of his life, and he used to say, "The bath is where you leave today behind, so tomorrow can start clean." And hey, if you don't have a bathtub, no problem. A hot foot soak in a basin for 15 minutes before bed creates an incredibly similar cortisol-lowering effect. It's all about that consistent warm water exposure mixed with a little bit of stillness. Next up, we really have to rethink movement. We're so conditioned to think an intense, grueling gym session is the only way to burn fat. But aggressive, highly intense workouts can actually temporarily spike your cortisol levels. The Japanese approach pivots to gentle, consistent movement, like a slow morning walk. When you get out into natural morning sunlight within the first hour of waking up, your brain produces serotonin, which directly counteracts cortisol. Plus, it hits the reset button on your circadian rhythm, meaning your cortisol will naturally drop when it's supposed to in the evening. Our third practice is Shinrin-Yoku, commonly known as forest bathing. Now, this was actually developed in the 1980s as a massive public health initiative in Japan. It simply means spending time in nature and absorbing the atmosphere through your senses. Studies back this up heavily. Walking in greenery without any digital stimulation or podcast in your ears significantly lowers cortisol compared to walking in an urban environment. It quiets that persistent background hum of modern stress. And even if you don't live near a sprawling forest, honestly, any quiet green space or local park with some trees will do the trick. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the focal point right here, the tanden. In Japanese martial arts and Zen meditation, the tanden is considered your body's vital energy center. It's located just about 3 centimeters below your belly button. When you consciously direct your breath to this specific area, it activates the vagus nerve, which rapidly switches your body out of stress mode and right back into rest and digest mode. And the practice itself is incredibly simple. You really only need about 5 minutes to see a measurable drop in your cortisol levels. Just sit comfortably, place your awareness on that lower abdomen, and breathe slowly and deeply. Let your belly expand with each inhale and let it contract gently with each exhale. Grandfather Dyke actually practiced this exact kind of breathing every single morning by his window. It might look like you're doing absolutely nothing, but you are actually building a powerful biological foundation of calm for your entire day. Let's move to section 4 and see how this builds into the ultimate biological foundation. Because without this foundation, nothing else works. And that foundation is sleep. Just look at the stark difference on this chart. In Japan, rest is treated with deep, deep respect. When it comes to shedding visceral fat, sleep is literally everything. Studies clearly show that sleeping only 4 hours a night massively spikes your cortisol and drives up insulin resistance. When your sleep is that short, your body perceives it as an immediate threat to your survival, and it commands your system to store energy protectively around your organs. You absolutely must get 7 to 8 hours of consistent sleep to signal deep safety to your biology. So, bringing it all together, here is our complete holistic system. The evening warm bath, morning sunlight walks, forest bathing, tanden breathing, and 7 to 8 hours of consistent sleep. Notice the underlying theme here? It's all gentle. There is nothing extreme, nothing that requires white-knuckling willpower or pushing through suffering. Forcing your body through extreme measures just creates more cortisol, which leads to more fat storage and ultimately more frustration. By adopting these gentle practices, you calm your mind, you soothe your nervous system, and then, almost like magic, your body naturally lets go of the fat and no longer needs to hold on to. So I want to leave you with this final thought. You hold the power to stop fighting your body and to start truly working with it. Out of everything we covered, which one of these simple, gentle practices will you choose to start signaling safety to your body today? Are you going to try a 15-minute foot soak tonight? Maybe take a slow, quiet walk in the sun tomorrow morning? Just pick one. Take care of your peace, and your body will absolutely follow. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.